and then we are going to revisit our first unit. I'm going to give you some general idea about how to face your first unit. So let's start. So these are the some important topics in the unit 1, started from standard signals. So as you can see that our signals are classified into so many groups like unit step and unit impulse, ramp, rectangular, parabolic, sine and cos, and finally exponential. So most of the time when you go back to your previous year semester question paper, 70 to 80% of the question will cover unit ramp or unit step or unit impulse. Okay, so my advice is to please go through at least 3: unit ramp, unit step, and then impulse for the examination, upcoming examination. And then have a look how the syntax is available for example, sine wave and cos wave, and then exponential waves also. And then exceptionally rectangular wave and parabolic and then triangular waves also available. So please have a look at and then focus first 3, as I said. The next, properties of impulse signal, please focus it. You may find some problems related to these properties of impulse signals, and then representation and then mathematical operations on CT and DT. Very important, how it is represented, CT signals and then DT signals, how it is differed. That is very important before going to analyzing things. And then a few mathematical operations like time shifting and then time reversals, amplitude scaling, and then addition and multiplication. Please have a look at and then try to solve. Okay, and then classification of CT and DT signals. When you focusing this particular topic, please remember only 5 topics are available. Okay, don't worry about that. This is suitable for CT and DT as well. First is deterministic and then random. Random can be expressed as non-deterministic. So first is deterministic and then random signals. Second, periodic and non-periodic. Third, even and odd. Fourth, energy and power. Fifth, causal and non-causal. Okay, this is applicable for both CT and DT signal. Only 5 types are available, main types. We can expect questions from these 5 types only. Don't worry about the remaining. Okay, and then finally classification of CT and DT systems. Here the same way what I said in the previous classification, here we have a static and dynamic, second causal non-causal, linear non-linear, and then time invariant, time variant, and then stable unstable. So there are only 5 topics under this. So you take only 3 to 4 examples for each topic and then try to solve it. Okay, look at the book and then close it and try to solve it yourself. So please practice for these 5 topics for first unit. Okay, let's move to the second unit. So second unit actually focusing the analysis of your CT signals based on the Fourier series. Okay, so we studied different types of signals in the first unit. Okay, now we are going to study representation of signals using basis signal like sinusoid or complex signals. So basis signals like sinusoids or exponentials are very important terms here. Since sinusoids and complex signals are periodic, the signals that are we are going to concentrate on only periodic signal. Okay, is there any alternative method or alternative uh, idea for non-periodic is also available. Okay, Fourier transform. So we can say this is the Fourier transform, right? Since most of the theory behind this type of representation was developed by Joseph Fourier, okay. So the study of signals and system using sinusoidal representation is termed as Fourier analysis. Okay, so we'll start our second unit. So analysis of continuous time signal has a subdivisions called Fourier series, Fourier transform, and Laplace transform. Fourier series is important than the Fourier transform, Laplace transform. That is the initial topic we have in second unit. Okay, so representation of periodic signals, since we are focusing only periodic signal in terms of infinite sum of sines and cos or exponential, we can say. So we are going to segment our signal into series of sines and cos by Fourier series method. Okay, this Fourier series method is useful for CT and DT signals. Okay, that is alternative method to identify periodic and non-periodic for the DT and CT is Fourier transform. And finally, Laplace transform is only focusing the design purpose. It only useful for CT analysis. Okay, so don't worry about this Laplace transform. It's very easy. So once you are very familiar with Fourier series and Fourier transform, Laplace transform is nothing. Right. Types of Fourier series is mainly divided into two groups: trigonometric Fourier series and exponential Fourier series. Okay. As I said, this is our original input signal. It is going to be segmented into series of signs. So from these signs we can analyze, right? And then finally we are retrieve back our original signal. See, this is the first signal, this is the second retrieved signal. Almost it is closer. After analyzing our signal with the help of sines and cos, we retrieved our signal back. Okay, so this particular slide gives you idea about how the frequency domain look like and then time domain look like. So the final conclusion is frequency spectrum. When we look at from the frequency domain, so we found the frequency spectrum, which is very useful for analysis purpose. So if we take a square wave, so we can find after segmentation, so 4 divided by pi sine theta and so on. So series of sines and causes are available. Okay, series of sines and cos are available, right? Okay, right. So you can understand only by doing the problems, right? Before going to the problem, we have one more important topic is called conditions for existence of Fourier series. As I said, Fourier series is only for periodic signals, right? Irrespective of CT and DT. It is applicable for CT and DT, but focusing only periodic signal. I hope you have idea about periodic signal. We will discuss that too also. The Fourier series existence only if the following Dirichlet conditions are satisfied. The conditions for existence of Fourier series is called Dirichlet condition. So we have three conditions. Signal should have absolutely integral over the period of time. Okay. So that is denoted by 0 to t x of t dt less than infinity, right? Signal should have a finite number of maxima and minima over the range of time period. And then finally, signal should have finite number of discontinuities over the range of time period. Here they have mentioned over the range of time period, which means it is a periodic signal. Okay, please understand. So, okay, we'll discuss with an example. Quickly, we'll go through the example. So, whether it is satisfied or not. When you look at the signal here, you know that 0 to t is occurring frequently, so that it is periodic signal. Here, 0 to t, it is repeated, okay, over the period. And that is infinite range, but it is repeated. 0 to t is repeated. Okay, so when you take, you can perform your integration over the period 0 to t, that is possible. That is why the first condition is satisfied for this signal. But the condition is not satisfied here is we cannot perform, we don't understand where the signal starts and where the signal, whether it is repeated or not. So in this condition, your signal is not satisfying the first condition. So we can skip this. This is not a periodic signal. Okay. The second condition, The condition says that it should have a finite number of maxima and minima over the range of period. So here in the signal, this is the 0 to t, this is the fundamental period we identified from the graph. So here we have a maximum of 1 here, maximum value here, minimum of 2 values here. So it is finite number of maximas for the over the period, this particular 0 to t. So the condition is satisfied. Have a look at this condition. Here we don't understand where the maximum value and minimum values are available. Okay, so we cannot we cannot say that this is the periodic signal. So condition is not satisfied here. So third condition should have a number of finite number of discontinuities here. You take this signal 0 to t. Discontinuity means it is maintained in the maximum value here, and then suddenly it fall down and reaches 0. So we can say this is maximum value, it is suddenly falling. So one break or one discontinuity is available, and then it is reaches to 0, and then another break or discontinuity is available. So over the period 0 to t, it has a finite number of discontinuities. So it is the condition is satisfied for this signal. But whereas in this signal, the condition is not at all satisfying. We don't know how many number of finite discontinuities available in this signal. Okay, so the condition is not satisfied. So I hope you understood the three conditions. I am concluding again. The three conditions are: it should have integrable, it should have a finite number of maxima and minima, and it should have this finite number of discontinuities over the range of time period. So only 0 to t. So which means periodic in nature. Okay, coming to the point. So Fourier series is mainly divided into two groups: trigonometric Fourier series and then exponential Fourier series. So I'm going to focus this trigonometric Fourier series. X of t, which represents continuous time signal, consists of DC or average value of x of t plus cosine terms and then sine terms. Here, just look at this. X of t, a naught, which is DC or average value of x of t, summation n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega naught t plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn sin n omega naught t, cosine and sine term. So this is your x of t value. So I am going to find this a naught, an and then bn values and then substituting here in the main formula. So what is a naught, an, bn? It is a Fourier coefficients. Okay. So we have a separate formula for a naught, an and bn, right? And then omega naught is a fundamental frequency in terms of radians per second, which is represented by 2 pi by capital T. T is a fundamental time period. So this is the formula for Fourier series. So you should understand and then memorize this formula for the further problem analysis. So you take a look at this first problem. The problem given is find the trigonometric Fourier series for the periodic signal given below. Here, which is only the statement and then graph will be given. You have to extract the values of fundamental period t and then find out omega naught and then Fourier coefficients. Fundamental period is the signal which is repeated. Only this part is repeated over the whole infinite value. Okay, so we can say 0 to 2 is my fundamental period. So we are not, after putting all the values here just wonder that why it is 0 to 1. Integration 0 to t. Actually we found t equal to 2, but it is marked as 1 because my signal is appears only 0 to 1. It is not available at 1 to 2. So that you can say you can change it to 0 to 1. So put the values here and then find out a naught value is 1 by 2, an value is 0 here, see 0, and then bn value is available for n equal to odd and then n equal to 0 is not available for n equal to even. Put all the values here, you can find 1 by 2, this is the final value. So how to analyze? You just put the t equal to 0 to infinite values, you will find the changes in the remaining value. Okay. So in next video, we will discuss about the symmetric